At a point when you feel life is becoming mundane, that unshakable feeling of being stuck in a matrix, what are the choices you have? I'm not sure of all the choices myself, but you know the one I'm going to tell you about. Get your first superbike and break every shackle that's pulling you down, because from here, it's going to be your life on the fast lane. If you are buying into this thought and looking out for your first middleweight roadster in India, the Triumph Trident 660 is a very compelling choice from Britain. And it's not a twin similar to its Japanese rivals or the Bonnies from the same family. It's a triple derived from the Daytona DNA. And this by itself is reason enough to have a serious look at this machine. This review will be based on the ownership experience of my teammate Kiran, who's clocked over 6,000 kilometers, and I've personally ridden it for 100 kilometers as well. So without further ado, let's start with things I like. This inline triple is a gem of an engine. It pulls cleanly from 3,500 RPM, and the acceleration is quite linear that even new entrants to the segment will feel comfortable pushing it. The sound of it, often described as a 3-cylinder symphony, is addictive beyond what I can describe. Though linear, it does pack quite a solid punch as it pulls cleanly right up to the 160 to 170 km per hour mark without breaking a sweat. And that's not all the power it has. It can still push above the 200 kmph mark and expect it to do 0 to 100 in just about 4 seconds, and that's something as it's pure power with British manners. In fact, you can make it even faster by opting for an additional quick shifter as well. Fueling is excellent above the 3000 RPM mark, and there's a great torque spread throughout the gears. You will not face knocking issues even when ambling at city speeds. The handling is very direct and helps you commit to the corners with utmost confidence. Even at high speeds, you feel planted and connected to the road, thanks to how the suspension complements the engine. The braking is super sharp, as it should be for a bike with this performance. The dual discs do their job well with utmost precision even at high speeds. The addition of traction control is a must-have safety net for new superbike riders, and it's intrusive to a point where you can even get away with rookie mistakes when speeding. The TCS quickly cuts the power at corners, and there's a feeling of being glued to the road no matter the speed. I personally feel Triumph has gifted this intrusive TCS to riders who are new to this segment and path. The tires are best in class, being Michelin Road 5s that offer tremendous grip on all terrains. Together, the engine, handling, tires, and safety assist features, along with the compact design, make this a serious pocket rocket with British manners. The efficiency of this triple is unmatched as it returns close to 25 kmpl on the highway and close to 20 kmpl within the city. It's funny how my G310 GS and Super Meteor at times return lower mileages for a single and underpowered twin. When it comes to design, certain elements like the Bonnie-inspired headlights and the very Italian-looking tail are my favorite angles to look at the bike. The tail, in fact, resembles the shape of a trident, which is a very neat touch. Other electronic features like the mileage indicator, riding modes, and the TCS on-off are neatly integrated into the small speedometer that offers good visibility in sunlight, though being a little small. The riding modes are switchable between the road and rain, where the latter limits the power to 60% and dulls the throttle response to match an already aggressive TCS. There were a lot of good things to say. Now to things I did not like. Looks and appeal are subjective, but I felt that the Trident could have had a little more big bike presence for a superbike. What makes this a pocket rocket for new riders becomes its undoing in how small the bike looks. If you're above 6 feet or more, you will be towering the bike, and wrapping your legs around the tank would be an uncomfortable experience. Low-end fueling is very iffy as the engine response below the 3000 rpm feels jittery with inconsistent power delivery. Though the bike never had knocking issues at low speeds, there's a muddy sound and rubber band power delivery at low RPMs, which is a bike telling you that the 3 cylinders are not meant for pottering around the city. The low ground clearance of 150 mm with softly tuned rear suspension, underbelly exhaust, and the odd positioning of the sump means you need to be extra careful around bumps on the road. The pillion only makes the situation worse on bad Indian road conditions. The bike has a very large turning radius for a compact bike, making it slightly difficult for some riders. But hey, I ride the Super Meteor and it's something that I've gotten used to. What makes this bike so connected to the road are the upside down show-off forks that are stiffly tuned. What this also means is you will feel every bump, every pothole, every speed breaker, and that's a nightmare on bad Indian roads. Kiran has managed to break the fork seals twice despite treading bad roads with caution. Rear braking lacks the potency of the front brake, and for us Indians who love rear braking, that's a letdown here. Touring on the Trident is a mixed bag as the engine and the dynamics want you to take it across the country, which it can with ease, but the lack of luggage options is a problem to deal with. Good luck finding tank bags, panniers, and bungee ropes to hold on to this svelte machine. Wind blast is expected from a naked roadster, and surprisingly, it didn't feel as bad as I expected it to be. Though you would be better off investing on a windscreen for longer journeys. The love-hate relationship of owning a superbike stems from the maintenance and service experience of the bike. As a CKD unit, the bike doesn't have any reliability issues and it's built solidly. But the service network and experience leaves a lot to be desired. The experience is plagued by lack of proper response and resolution from the existing service centers on top of the spare unavailability every single time. It takes easily around 90 days to procure the parts after placing the orders. Sadly, it's the same situation across the country. Triumph needs to address the service experience very seriously if they wish to bring in a lot more new customers. With electronics deeply integrated into the dynamics of the bike, servicing it at unofficial service centers can easily cause malfunction of various safety aids. The verdict. Stepping into bigger boots and getting onto your first superbike is a memory you will always savor for life. Your life is no longer going to be the same, but the rest of the experience is predominantly determined by if it managed to exceed your expectations or not. The Trident 660 manages to tick most boxes for a first great superbike experience. Be it power, handling, braking, or electronics, the Trident nails the balance better than its rivals like the Kawasaki Z650, 650RS, and the Honda 650R. I have driven the Z650 for a fair amount of time, and I can say that the Trident 660 has a more versatile engine overall. With telescopic forks and good low-end grunt, the Kawasaki is a better bike in the city than the Trident, but you would quickly outgrow its limits as it's a very tame engine and the suspension trades confidence for comfort. The Trident has enough to keep you happy for years together, especially on Indian roads, as I don't see you easily pushing the limits of this triple. Compared to the Z650, it's packed with more electronics, and as I mentioned earlier, the intrusive TCS is tailor-made for beginners. Also, if you want more performance from the bike, you can switch off the TCS and go ballistic as well. I've not managed to spot or ride the CB650R so far, but the absurd pricing conveniently takes it out of the equation, though it seems to be the most powerful of the three. Finally, that leaves me assured with the belief that the Trident 660 is the best middleweight roadster for anyone looking to step up from the 300 to 400cc category. It also sets you up beautifully for upgrading to bigger capacities in the near future as well. So what are you waiting for?